We're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, Glock. Of course, many of you that have watched my channel know that I really like the Glock line of pistols. But we're not going to be talking about the Glock pistol today. We're going to be talking about the Glock survival knife, or the Glock field knife. But specifically the Model 81, which is the survival knife. Made from the same polymer that the Glock pistol frames are made from. These Glock knives are great tools to have in your survival kit. The Glock Model 81 survival knife. These were made in Austria by the Glock company. The Glock originally started out their business making entrenching tools for the Austrian army. I really don't know if the knife was invented or used before the actual pistol was developed. The name itself, Model 81, denotes that it possibly was made in 1981. There is Glock right here. There is also the Glock company logo on the sheath. Now the blade itself, it's made of spring steel. Its Rockwell hardness up to 55, which is very strong. I have seen some really neat, in fact I'm going to put the link over in the sidebar, but this one guy, Noss, N-O-S-S-4, does knife reviews, and he did a torture test on this knife that was unbelievable. So you need to check that out. I'll have the link over to the sidebar. Again, these are not for chopping. The blade is not heavy enough or wide enough. Again, this knife weighs only about 7 ounces, and then with the sheath is 1.5 ounces, so about 8.5 total. The length is 11.4 inches overall. But again, the sheath very strong but very lightweight. This knife is also very balanced. In fact, there are some that even use these for throwing knives, which I can see that. The finish on the blade itself is a phosphate treated. And it is tool steel, so it will rust. But you know, you keep it lubed like you would any of your knives to take care of it. This is more of a thrusting knife, more of the bayonet style, thin blade. And as you can see, the handle, this is a bottle opener. Now this blade is 6.5 inches long. It's 3/4 of an inch in height, and the actual width is 3/16, just under 1/4 of an inch. Now of course, you know, the sawtooth denotes this as the survival knife. The field knife is the same exact in every dimension, except that it does not have this serration on the top, as you can see. But these were designed mainly after a bayonet design. Of course, without the ring to go over the barrel, but it's still that thrusting design. These are not the best choppers, but can still be used for that. So just a beautiful design, very lightweight as well. Now this is the desert sand color. It also comes in black, it comes in olive drab. This is also with the Model 78, which is the field model. Same thing, comes in black, it comes in an olive drab. These only run about $30. So for the money, they're a great field knife. I wouldn't say this is the only knife that you would need, but it definitely is valuable in your pack. And with the weight, you just can't beat it. One thing you're really going to want to do, though, is you're going to want to sharpen the blade. For it comes from the factory, it has an okay edge on it, but you'll want to get that edge down to make it really sharp. I'll let you take a look at the serrations right there. Great for sawing. Just a very fit and finish, well finished knife. Okay, to be honest with you, pulling off this little cap is not too easy without marring your handle. So just be careful with it. I used a pick, a very sharp little pick, and just pushed it out until I could get a little screwdriver under the rim. But I have a feeling that once that's done, it's going to be easier to take on and off. Now, as you can see, there is a tube compartment that it's about 1.5 inches that goes down into the to the hilt. I'm not sure. In fact, from everybody I've even talked to or anything that I've researched, this tube, I'm not sure if it goes all the way to the hilt or not, but I'm pretty sure that this tang, one guy took a magnet and tested it, the metal coming up. So, but it seems to be very strong. In fact, it's very tight. But as you can see, this little cap fits, and once you pull the cap out, you can actually put a string through here and use this for different purposes. Also, someone even suggested using this as a spear for spear fishing. So, you know, just some options. It is a survival knife. So, but anyway, I wanted to show you that little compartment, and it's probably going to take some work. Just, well, it goes on pretty decently. One thing you're not going to want to do is to take a tool to hammer this down if you needed to do some cutting or something. You would not want that, would damage that. But once you take that off, it does have that metal ring. Now, a lot of people have said that this knife is not a one-handed operation to remove from the sheath, but I'm going to disagree. And I saw this from one of my subs, actually, on one of his videos. It's a very solid click, as you can see. If you take this handle and you put your finger, your index finger under it and your thumb under here, it pops right out very easily. Just snap and it comes right out. You can do it on the other side, but it's a little more difficult to get under that lip, but the same thing can be done there. So when it's on your belt, snap, pull out. I have seen some modifications to the sheath with this little lip to make it easier to take out. But the one thing I really like, I like the positive security, and then of course this knife is not going to come out. So you can put it in many different positions on your equipment. This knife is Glock quality. It's polymer that's just as tough as the frame on this pistol, and then with the tool steel and the phosphate finish, a well-made knife. For the money, you just can't beat it. Now, also on the sheath, you do have this knob here where you can put your 550 cord or whatever you want to use to tie it around your leg or to secure it to your equipment. Here is the belt loop. And as you can see, it pushes out. I actually fit this on molly webbing the other day, and it's a little tight, but not too bad. But it can go on a belt, it can go on a number of things. It's a good, secure fit. It's not going to come loose. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic.